A year or two ago, I saw a video that went kind of viral, and that was getting enlightened within, I don't know, I can't remember, 5 or 10 minutes. And everybody was very excited about the video, where this guy was basically telling you to think of your right hand, think of it and feel where is the one thinking. That is a very simplistic way of looking at enlightenment, because realizing and knowing something is unfortunately not being enlightened. For all of us, we are on this path to enlightenment, or some of us are already enlightened. So in that, we all want the same and desire the same thing. When you get enlightened, there is a shift in your perception, I would say. Not only in your perspective, because we can consciously shift our perspective to look at things in different ways. When you perceived things as an enlightened being and a non-enlightened being, there is a big difference. Because of that, there's a difference in how you experience reality. It does not mean that you have to spend many lifetimes or many years to become enlightened, because there are no rules. But like a flower takes time to germinate and reach for the sun and bloom, as a human baby takes 9 months to grow before he's born, as everything has its own movement before it completely blossoms. Just like that, the soul, the human soul, takes time to become enlightened. Keep in mind that time is just a construct. When it came to me that I should talk to this collective on this beautiful frequency about enlightenment, the presence of Venus became very apparent to me, and that she had something to say about enlightenment. Now, Venus to me is the goddess that, or the aspect of the feminine principle of source that I have always been the most closely connected to. And Venus is known for beauty and sensuality and even motherhood. And it is then, when it was brought to my awareness, that we should look at enlightenment through that lens, through what Source wants to communicate to us, that may be new to us, that we have not understood or examined before. So why would the sensuality of things be important for us if we're reaching for enlightenment? The way we experience this world, this manifestation of Source, is through our senses. That is what makes it so wonderful. But the way that we can experience it best through the senses is when we become quiet, silent. When we take time to just be and experience. That is why when you close your eyes in meditation, you start to hear the sounds that you didn't hear before. You even ignite those other senses, those senses that are not accessible to everyone, yet as you grow, you start to access clairvoyance, claircognizance. You start to hear the words, but not through your ears. You start to just hear it. You start to see and get answers just because you become still and tap in to the field of consciousness. There is only one consciousness. That is why we can shift our consciousness to some other entity or expression of source with their permission, because it is only one consciousness seen through different apertures. So when you become enlightened, you become not only light, but also lighter. You become someone who see the beauty in things first. And here I want to refer to Venus. Venus is beauty. And beauty and beautiful has come to me many times as something that I need to explore and explain and present. And still I don't know completely how and why, but I know that if you always see beauty first, that is a sign of enlightenment. Beauty is something that uplifts the soul. It is not what we with our human mind would think this is beauty. It's not that limited concept. It is when you see the essence of a person, of an animal, of a plant, of the earth you walk on, of the water, when you see that essence first, because that is part of you. So on the journey to enlightenment, first there will be the feeling of oneness, or the realization of oneness and connectedness. And that is so wonderful. That is on the road to enlightenment, where you start to experience this more and more. So understanding and feeling and experiencing that everything is connected does not mean you are enlightened yet. It has been, in the past, it has been seen that being enlightened is when you merge, completely merge with source, when you return back to where you came from. You escape the cycle of karma, you escape the cycle of being part of the manifestation of source, where you feel separate. And you are completely one again with the great I am, the source of everything. But in this time that we live now, enlightenment has come for the masses. There is a mass awakening happening, and we don't know how long it will take. It doesn't matter, because it is just the human mind that are restricted by ideas of time. But many of you might feel this, might experience this. So let me know in the comments if you do. So one of the best explanations of enlightenment, outside of what Source has revealed to me, is the explanation that Eckhart Tolle gives, where consciousness expresses itself outwardly through creation. And that is what we do, if we know it or not, as humans. We create, we bring things into manifestation all the time, into this 3D world. It's an outward action. And creation loves it, but the consciousness that are not awakened yet, the universe with amnesia creates thinking it is from the human action. But when you become enlightened and you realize and you see who you are, you meet yourself as deep as knowing there is no identity separate really, but it's just a dream. It's a dream that you are waking up from. When you have woken up from that dream, when you become enlightened, in other words, you do not only have the knowledge, you do not only have the experience, but you have let the light in to your being in such a way, that knowledge, those experiences, that everything becomes light. You experience that peace that nobody can explain. You experience the love for everything equally, and you experience being everything. When that happens, it does not mean you have to then return now. It does not mean your energy has to be absorbed into the place where you came from, but you can still continue to now manifest here in the third dimension, because that is why you are here. You chose to be here because of the excitement of that. But now you manifest with the knowing that it is Source actually manifesting through you, because you are the Source. You are a manifestation of Source energy. So it is then when you have a certain intention to create, make your plans and follow that and work against the flow of the universe, but you allow and you observe in awe of how everything flows from the Creator, from the source of everything. It does not mean you do not find joy in it, and it is actually then when you do find that pure joy, that beauty, that it makes you cry, because now you see everything, but you see it as part of the story that you create. So the question is, can you see or know somebody is enlightened? Enlightenment is not loud. Enlightenment does not compete. Bashar has a beautiful quote: the greatest power requires the lightest touch. Because you embody all the power, you have nothing to prove. You do not have the need to help, but you help anyway, because that's your nature. So everything flows naturally from your being, like everything flows from Source that emanates in the world. You just become exactly that. Thank you for listening. If you have not subscribed yet and you like the channel, it will really help me if you do subscribe, so that I can build the channel and get the messages out to more people. Also say hi in the comments, let me know how it's going. I love getting to know you and to connect. If you want to support me, you can check out my shop. I will put a link in the description. I'm sending you my infinite love till I speak to you again in the next video.